And I came here in 1986 to run it for myself, and I signed the papers, and I was owner of the Red Barn Incorporated. People come in here for the experience, more so than I think anything else. And they love the fact that somebody's actually taking the time to listen. Maybe you learn in proportion to how much you listen and care. If you can find that balance between doing what you love that isn't really work, that might pay the bills, and can resonate with people and actually to some extent help people. Without my customers, I would be doing what I don't love, guaranteed.
Good morning. We're here today to present a check to Central Maine CATV from Modern Woodmen of America for $2,500. We recently conducted a joint fundraiser through the talent show that was put on by Central Maine CATV, and through generous donors to the station and Modern Woodmen's Match, we raised over $5,000. Thank you to everyone, and thanks to Modern Woodmen for contributing to this activity.
Thank you very much, Patrick. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you, Patrick.
And the money raised is going to go to purchase some equipment for the station in a variety of ways. So we certainly appreciate all that Modern Woodmen has done for the station.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to thank everyone for attending tonight's meeting. Call this meeting to order. Our first order of business is public announcements. Nomination papers will be available on Monday, August 14th, and due September 22nd for the November municipal election. There will be 1 seat for town council, 2 seats for school board, and 1 seat for the Kennebec Water District. Number 2, Senior Citizen Appreciation Day will be held on Friday, August 18th. Tickets are available at the town office from July 10th through August 14th. This event is free for Fairfield seniors. Non-residents and non-senior tickets are $6. Our second order of business is public hearings. Our first public hearing this evening is to hear from the public on a request from SAPI, SD Warren Somerset Plant, for renewal to operate a solid waste facility on company-owned land off Route 201 in the town of Fairfield. Declare this meeting open. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak on this?
Yes, good evening. My name is Bob Netta. I'm an environmental engineer at the SD Warren Somerset plant, and I am here to answer any questions you may have on the proposed permit for our solid waste facility.
I went through a pretty good, I don't have any questions. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me. No, there wasn't any expansions going on.
Well, we are currently building a new cell number 12,
Right.
which will be ready sometime probably the end of September, the 1st of October. We'll have cell 12. We do have technically licensed 13 and 14, but those certainly won't be built for several years.
You started 12 last?
12 we started last year because
Right.
it takes really a full year to build it, and there's not enough time in one season to do it. So yeah,
Right.
we grubbed the area and dug down to where we needed to be, and this year we're just putting in the liners, and it'll be all done, like I said, by the end of September and available for accepting waste.
Now, I remember it from last year. There's no expansion going on currently other than what was started last year.
Yeah, there's nothing
Okay.
new. It'll be several years before we move on to 13.
Okay. Good. Is there anyone else that has any questions, concerns? Thank you very much.
And we would like to extend, as we usually do, invitation if any of you would like to come up and see the facility, see the landfill. You can contact me Normally, Tom Griffin is here. Tom Griffin is out now, had his knee operated on, so he'll be out for a few weeks. But if anytime you want to come up, if you contact me, I can certainly make arrangements to show you around the facility.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else from the public that wishes to speak at this time? Seeing none, declare that public hearing closed. Let's see, our second public hearing this evening is to hear from the public on proposed amendments to the public safety ordinance specific to parking on Main Street. Declare this public hearing open. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak on that at this time? Chief.
Tom Gould, the police chief. Since I've been here, we've had a lot of issues. Well, I think they've gone back prior to me being here, with vehicles parked in this area, and that's the area we're discussing is from the entrance to Hutamaki's parking lot to the Waterville line. There's employees every morning park there at 6 in the morning. They go home at 6 at night. The night shift comes in, parks in that spot, and it's full pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My issue with it is it causes employees, especially on Thursday, whenever their payday is, to park right in the middle of the road when they're coming into town. They just stop and park, get out and go in and get their check and come back out again. If we can alleviate that parking issue that's there and keep those parking spots open, those employees, as well as businesses that service their facility, can park across the street. They can park there for up to 30 minutes to deliver food, go in and get their check, get what they need to do. And it also gives the other businesses that are in that area an opportunity for their people who are visiting their business to be able to park out there short term and go in and visit the establishment.
Yep. Yes. Absolutely.
So what we are proposing, I should say, I guess, is to make that parking area 90-minute parking. And under the section that I'm utilizing in the parking ordinance, I didn't want to rewrite the whole parking ordinance. I didn't want to start a whole new section of the parking ordinance. So under the section that we utilize, they would be able to park there from 9 p.m. at night until 9 p.m. in the morning. And then from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., it would be 30-minute parking only. And I've spoken to the director of the highway department, and he has said that he would order signs. We could get that properly posted fairly soon, start enforcing it. And he also concerned or expressed issues with the parking there because of the plowing in the wintertime. Yeah. It's very, their plow blades just skim by the edges of those vehicles when they're trying to push the snow back, especially during heavy storms.
Absolutely.
So that would help with plowing also.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief. Appreciate that. Is there anyone else from the public that wishes to speak on this matter? Seeing none, declare the public hearing closed. All right, our third order of business is public comment. Members of the public may speak to the council on any item or reserve the right to speak on a specific item that is on the meeting agenda when the item is addressed. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak to the council at this time? Mark?
Thank you. My name is Mark Pantamala, and thank you for letting me speak tonight. I wrote the council, the members of my council, which I only see 2 of now, about this, the purge of Maine. Mr. Pichardi and Mr. Taylor were on at the time, but the others weren't, so I don't know what they know. So, the purge of Maine, do you remember that? You read what I had to write to you, right?
It was a while ago. I vaguely
Yeah,
recall some of that.
who could forget young girls being put online by their boyfriends, underage girls. Well, the story that appeared in the Morning Sentinel was this one, and it was followed up by, well, all kinds of stories. Purge, done by Rachel Ohms, Peter McGuire, Amy Calder.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Waterville principal, Donald Ryder, he was caught. You know, almost everything in that story was fake. It didn't happen. It was a made-up story. But the one thing that did happen is that underage high school girls were put online by the FBI in an illegal and illicit sting operation. They were put on Facebook. I couldn't tell you if they were working in conjunction with Facebook, I don't know. I do know it took 3 days to take it down. You see, this was advertised for 2 days. And then whoever it was that threatened, or they ran it for 3 days. It actually happened.
Okay.
But the whole story, you see, is fake. All the story that surrounds the girls actually being put on, it's all fake. None of it's true.
Okay.
So, I kind of, I had to investigate it because I just couldn't buy what I was being told in the paper. And, you know, I called Detective David Armstrong of the Maine State Police. He was assigned that case. It's in here.
Okay.
And you know what he said to me? He says, I'm not going to take the fall for this. From now on, you can talk to my superiors. I'm out of it. And he hung up on me.
Okay.
No one else will admit to ever knowing this. No one will talk to me. No one will admit to that it happened. They won't talk about it. Not even the Morning Sentinel, Augusta, Lewiston Sun Journal, Bangor Daily News. No one will touch it.
Mark, your
Because they were all
time's
involved.
wrapping up here. Can you come?
I get 3 minutes, right? It is 3 minutes.
Okay. Can you bring this to a conclusion quickly?
I believe that this town of Fairfield and its police department also know about it. And I believe my council members, 2 of them, in which I told you about it, I wrote it to you, and I left each one of you a message.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe you have a duty, if you know of child abuse going on, I believe that you are mandated to call that in. I believe you're mandated, if you suspect child abuse, you have to call it in. Did anyone do that? Because if you put underage girls online, that's child abuse, just to let you know.
Okay.
John Pachotti, did you call anyone? Did you call the DHHS and let them know that you got a letter from me saying that?
I talked to different people, you've talked to them, and
Sure.
they've said no.
They said
That not, this is, that you're not,
that I'm not correct?
you're not factual.
Well, I am factual.
Well,
I would never lie to you.
then I guess you've got to prove it.
And I would never stand,
I'm not, we're
I would
not-
never stand up here and just lie to you.
We
or
are
just-
not police officers.
I'm going to raise a point
Okay.
of order. The time for this,
Yes.
this comment has expired significantly.
Well, can child abuse have a time limit? I'm
You're-
trying to enlighten you on what went on.
I understand that, Mark, but your time limit has expired.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
believe this town is covering up this, and not only this town, all of central Maine and all Maine, and it happened in other states also,
Rest of the
Okay.
world.
okay?
Thank you, Mark.
Okay.
Thank you.
Will anybody report this? No?
It's been
No.
done.
Because
It's done and
That's it.
over. It's
You-
over and
you don't
nothing
care.
happened.
nobody really cares, do they?
Nothing happened.
Well,
So,
it did happen. Do you know it says in
Mark?
here that 2 girls from Messalonskee High
Mark?
School were identified as being from
we're
Messalonskee?
done. Mark, thank you.
Why don't you know that?
Your time is up, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
The purge of Maine, it was illegal.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
Thank you, Mark. Is there anyone else from the public that wishes to speak at this time?
Police Chief. I just want to let members of the public know that the phone systems at the police department have been down for the last 4 days. Since Saturday, we have not been able to make phone calls out of or receive phone calls into the police department. 911 works as normal, and so do the normal numbers that people would call to reach us. The 453-9321 and 453-9322 numbers still ring into the comm center at Somerset County, and that was a backup system that we put in when this phone system was installed, and that is working correctly. If anybody knows the in-house number that we don't publish, that number will just ring, and we have no way of answering it. At this time, we have to step outside and use cell phones to make phone calls back to the public. So we thank you for your understanding. The company that is servicing our phones said that they will be here tomorrow morning to install a new server for us. We're hoping that is true. If it is true, by tomorrow afternoon, we should have at least limited capabilities in the station. We should be able to answer phone calls and make calls out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our fourth order of business, reports from staff and committee, which tonight we have none. Our fifth order of business is to waive the reading of and accept the minutes as printed or amended for meeting 15-17 held on July 26, 2017.
So,
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion passes. Our sixth order of business, budget report and treasurer's warrant. To file the monthly budget report for the period ending July 31st, 2017.
so moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion passes. Number two, to approve the treasurer's warrant 86-6 and warrant T2 in the combined amount of $167,498.65.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this?
No, it does have, and also miscellaneous, additional miscellaneous expense.
That was warrant 86.
Fiscal,
Oh, okay, yeah.
17 expense,
Got it,
yes.
got it, all right.
Okay. All those in favor? Motion passes. Our seventh order of business, to take action on the following items of business. Item 17-73, order that the town council hereby approves the annual waste disposal permit for SAPI, SD Warren Somerset Plant Landfill Facility, located on company-owned land off Route 201 in the town of Fairfield.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion passes. Item 17-74, order that the town council hereby approves the proposed amendment to the public safety ordinance specific to parking on Main Street as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on that item?
No, the only question I had was, some of that is in Waterville, isn't it? Along there, some of that parking?
I don't think any of it is in Waterville. I walked it with Bruce.
Oh, okay, all right.
It may be, I think where the Waterville line begins, they have painted it yellow. There's no parking in that section.
Right, okay,
I know from the Waterville line out, there's no parking at all.
right. Because
Okay.
there is some of that that says 30-minute parking anyway, but I don't think they really pay attention to it.
It was posted 30-minute parking with permission, I believe, from the town by the establishment across the street, Kudamaki. But it is not enforceable because it's not in our public safety ordinance.
Gotcha.
So what we're trying to do is just add it to the ordinance
gotcha.
and make it
Yep.
enforceable.
Yep. Is there any other discussion, comments, questions, concerns? No? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries. Item 17-75, order that the town council hereby signs quitclaim deed for property located at 6 Winter Street, map 017, lot 041.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
What's on it? Does anybody know?
That is
6 Winter Street? It's a-
great.
I think it's a house.
So,
Hmm?
this is for sewer liens that hadn't been discharged, they now
Right.
are, and, it's
This really
property, on map 17, lot 41.
Yep.
It's known as 6 Winter Street. And it's
they-
under the Registry of Deeds, book 4889, page 30, and book 4979, page 21.
And those were all paid?
Yes.
So they go, do they go back to the owner, or are they? they're gonna go
Yeah,
back?
it's a quick claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick claims
Yes,
for the,
okay.
to the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem then, all set, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Nope.
All those in favor? Motion carries. Item 17-76, order that the town council hereby appropriates up to the sum of $250,000 to be taken from the undesignated fund balance to reduce the amount to be raised from taxation for the 2017-2018 fiscal year as per annual town meeting warrant Article 32, with consideration to the update MSAD 49 2017-2018 school funding allocation adjustment amount.
So moved with additional language. All right. Ordered that the town council hereby appropriates $0 from the undesigned fund to be used in the 2017-2018 tax commitment calculation, contingent upon MSAD 49 school funding allocation for the town of Fairfield equal to $4,261,000 or less.
We have a motion?
So I'll add that into the motion as an amendment to the motion.
I had already had one of those, right?
I thought, did Aaron second?
Yeah, he
Well,
seconded it.
We did that and then had to have put the addition on there.
And he seconded it, Jeffrey seconded it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know there was some, I know there's some questions that had come up on our contingency fund, because we have, I think, $2 million in there or something like that. But we're still below what is expected. I believe we need at least 3 months, and that is not a 3-month.
No, we're at what, two months right now, I believe?
Yes,
believe the
yeah, we're
undesignated.
2 months, and we need to be, we should be at 3 months. So
It's
it
at the
sounds
point.
like a lot of money, but it isn't, because if something really breaks down or something, we need money to run the town, and we need to have at least 3 months.
Right, and with 3 months, I believe that makes our credit worthiness
Yes.
a lot better and
Bond ratings.
bond ratings and
Much
such.
better to bring our interest rates down on the money we borrow for infrastructure. things like
Infrastructure
that. So,
loans and things of that nature, correct. Okay, so we have a motion to appropriate $0, and it was all read, and everyone's all clear on this at this point. Is there any further discussion?
I think it would be worth pointing out that, I believe it would be a minimal, a minor increase in the tax, the actual tax bills for the residents by appropriating $0 and leaving the money in the contingency fund.
Do we have a ballpark number or percentage on?
It'd be very minimal.
The other thing is the school board is meeting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, so we should have the
I mean, we
results
could
right then.
also,
But it's a,
we could elect at that time too, to take the balance out of the contingency fund to make the $250,000.
Undesignated fund.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, designated fund.
no, you don't take anything from fund balance. If we get that amount, and that'll increase the mill rate by about $40 a year on a $100,000 value house. And the homestead this year has gone to the 20,000,
That's
so
right. The
anybody
homestead will offset
that
that anyway.
offsets that, the
Yeah.
same as it did last year,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as, yeah.
You're looking at about $10 a quarter roughly.
Yes, that's true. And again, like I said,
But the
there'll be a
homestead
decrease
Wouldn't even be that.
Right.
on the homestead, there'll be a decrease.
But most, apparently, according to the memo that we received, most resident homeowners would in fact see a reduction in
Yes.
what they pay.
Yeah, vast majority homeowners will see
We do have an awful lot of homestead exemptions,
a
yes.
lot, yes.
Which is good. I mean, that's what the
Yeah.
program's for.
Yeah.
But it still would allow us
Except for
to
the
leave
rentals.
money in the undesignated fund to allow that to
Not
grow
touch
to
it
the
this,
balance-
not
the
touch it
balance that
this
we need.
year.
Right.
That's true. It does not have to be, and then next year's next year.
Next year is a whole nother ballgame.
Right. Yes, it is.
Is there any other questions, comments, concerns? No, seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries. Our 8th order of business is council workshop and other business. Beverly?
No, at this time, I don't have anything.
Shocked.
Jeffrey?
Nothing tonight.
Only because I got a headache.
Aaron?
I have nothing.
John?
I have nothing.
And it appears it's unanimous.
Next time.
All in favor?
I'll hold you to that.
All right, the next regular meeting of the Fairfield Town Council will be on Wednesday, August 23rd, 2017. At this time, we will go into a short recess and sign all appropriate documents that require signatures. I have a
So moved to short recess.
Second.
short recess.